Well, given the time of year, I thought we'd have a look at a few Christmas turkeys, and the music industry certainly throws up a few of those. Let's get into it, shall we? Welcome, classic rock fans, to the 10 worst Christmas songs. Well, it is that silly time of year once more where artists cash in on that momentary lapse of reason and taste, which has us shelling out for these little festive baubles. Now, despite my grinchy demeanour, I rather like this time of year. In fact, I have children, so I kind of have to like it. But there are certain songs that really pinch at my whiskers, I have to say. I have done 10 best Christmas songs and 10 best Christmas albums, and those cards are up there if you want to check those out. But this time I thought we'd have a look at some real festive stinkers. Anyway, if you're new to this channel, please do click like, subscribe, check that notification bell, and check some of the links below this video for ways you can support the sterling work done at Classic Album Review. Become a Patreon, why not? There's a fine body of work there, and we're becoming a classic rock community. There, I've said it. Anyway, enough of this flim-flam, let's get on with it, shall we? Number 10 is Stevie Wonder and Twinkle Twinkle Little Me from 1967. Bearing in mind, Stevie Wonder was only 17 when he put this out, so he can be forgiven, although even at 17 he was considered pretty much a top artist with Motown. His 8th album in 5 years, Someday at Christmas, on which hangs this particular Christmas bollock. Wonder sings in the voice of a star hanging upon the Christmas tree. It has to be said that the Supremes, I think they did it a couple of years before him. But on this one we get these syrupy strings and Stevie Wonder's annoying chirp as it descends into this treacly mush. Number 9 is Christmas Conga by Cyndi Lauper from 1998. Now, I love Cyndi Lauper. I think she's got a wonderful voice. I love her songs, her fantastic live performances. In fact, one of my favourite songs on Billy Joel's The Bridge is A Code of Silence, which of course she sings on. But I wish she'd taken a vow of silence and released this one. I mean, Christmas Conga is something drunk people do at the office to agadoo. I mean, this song, there's nothing like a mariachi band to get you feeling all festive. And the rhyme, Christmas fun with ceiling, there's just a few that tear and strain in this number. This song actually features on her 1996 album, Merry Christmas, Have a Great Life, which seems to be stating, implicitly at least, that girls just want to make a few quid at Christmas. Number 8 is Weezer and Hark the Herald Angels Sing from 2008. This song is supposed to reflect a moment of joy and hope, I suppose, that one associates with the season, but this power pop monstrosity is something you nod reluctantly to as you're stuck going around that M25 circular. This traditional carol giving the kind of skater punk treatment. There's nothing like the metallic grunge of guitars that gets you reaching for the mistletoe and all that festive paraphernalia. It's a cynical release, of course, probably aimed at people at Christmas parties who are just less discerning at that point, I suspect. But you've got to think that somebody somewhere has signed off on this. And this is even not even the top of the list. Be afraid. Be very afraid. Number 7 is Bon Jovi and Backdoor Santa from 2004. 1987, the very special Christmas album was put out with a slew of artists that really should have known better. Although I have to say the Pretenders version of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is rather good, I think. But this number is the turd in the eggnog, I think. This version of the Clarence Carter number is absolutely abysmal. This frisky Yuletide number was actually quite good when it featured on the Soul Christmas album. But here it transmogrifies into this hair metal monstrosity. And to quote Rolling Stone magazine, Carter sounds like he's sneaking up the back stairs. John Bon Jovi sounds like he's rolling up in a bulldozer. Number 6 is The Killers and Don't Shoot Me Santa from 2007. There's nothing like an avenging Santa to get you into the Christmas spirit. I get it, maybe they were trying to be edgy. Edgy Christmas songs are good. Fairy Tale of New York, the Kirsty MacColl and the Pogues number is edgy and great number. Greg Lake's I Believe in Father Christmas, another edgy number in terms of its message, but a wonderful, wonderful Christmas song. But this is just a load of bollocks. This rather ungainly seasonal murder ballad, which sees Brandon Flowers pleading with Santa not to blow him away, and despite its walloping chorus and atonal verses, it really needs to be added to Santa's shite list, I think. It's a slow bluesy thud of a number in the promo you get the song sung by glove puppets, almost as if the band didn't want to associate themselves with it, well initially anyway, because after that we are regaled with the sight of branding flowers replete with Christmas jumper. What an absolute stinker this one is. Number 5 is Millennium Prayer by Cliff Richard. I can almost feel the disapproving wag of my mother's finger as I criticise the bronzed one. Cliff Richard, or Stiff Pilchard as Ian Anderson would refer to him, doesn't seem to be much effort put into this with just Cliff reciting the Lord's Prayer. Maybe this was the Millennium Bug we were in fear of at the time. And it's all done to the tune of Auld Lang Syne, a contrafactum I think is what they call it. But this is one acquaintance that one should forget, I think. Even the words really don't fit with the music at all. Never mind wired for sound. I think we had us wishing we could be wired up to the mains. And had us all praying to the Lord's Prayer, of course, that all those millennium apocalyptic scenarios would ring true, even if it meant we didn't have to listen to this number ever again. Number 4 is Wham! And Last Christmas from 1984. I mean, geez, this is vomit-inducing Christmas schmaltz of the highest order. Sees the Wham! Boys and girls exchanging gifts in this fun-filled video, which actually takes place at a ski lodge, which is a strange foreshadowing of this band's future endeavours, Andrew Ridgeley's career post-Wham! And George Michael rolling about in snow. I wonder what Pepsi and Shirley made of it all, at least at Club Tropicana, where drinks are free apparently. They got to cavort poolside with lots of bronzed extras. Apparently Crazy Frog did a version of this song, which is probably was just needed to give it a bit more street cred. Number 3 is Christmas Lights by Coldplay from 2011. This plodding acoustic Christmas number is just absolutely abysmal, with dreadful lyrics like Christmas night, another fight, muse Chris Martin in excruciating fashion. And just when you think Christmas songs couldn't get any worse, there's always something else that can come along and drag it down another notch. I took my feet to Oxford Street, another great line from this one. And the promo video, which sees a band lying on the floor, staring upwards, looking rather bewildered. That is before they're sort of shoehorned into what looks like a nativity scene. As if it just couldn't get any worse. Number 2 is Christmas Wrapping by the Spice Girls from 1998. I mean, the Spice Girls have done quite well at Christmas. I think they've released 3 consecutive number 1s, To Become One, Too Much and Goodbye. So they tended to do well during the festive season, probably because it's a time when reason is kind of hijacked by mawkish sentiment, nostalgia and booze, as well as an unexplainable urge for art attack. So you would have thought maybe a cover version of The Waitress's Christmas Wrapping would have been an absolute banger at this time of year, or cracker maybe I should say. But instead it just sounds like a lot of inane trilling over a disco backing track. This one definitely deserves to be stuck on the naughty list. Number 1 is Band-Aid and Do They Know It's Christmas from 1984. I hate this piece of sanctimonious Christmas shit. Interestingly, Rolling Stone said of this absolute gem, Band-Aid is a good name for a group of mostly white, mostly rich celebrities belting out a smug mess of colonialism, racist stereotypes, and geographic ineptitude to quickly feed the world. Well, I think Rolling Stone is a load of shite as well, to be honest with you. But nevertheless, I think when we're criticising this number, we need to be mindful of the fact that it raised a lot of money and fed a lot of very hungry people. So we must remember that. But we must remember the road to Christmas hell is paved with good intentions, as well as cluttered by Chris Rea trying to get somewhere, I suspect. This was penned by Bob Geldof at Midure. Bob Geldof has described this as one of the 2 worst numbers ever written, the other one being We Are the World. And as regards the 2024 Ultimate Mix, I'm choosing to pretend that one doesn't exist. And I urge you to do the same. Anyway, there you are. That's my list of complete Christmas stinkers. I urge you to click like, subscribe and check that notification bell. I think I've said this, haven't I? I think I have. But anyway, share this video if you enjoyed it. And this might be the last video I upload before the big day. I don't know if it will be, but if it is, have yourselves a merry little Christmas. And I hope the big man drops everything you want down your chimney this year. And roll on 2025, eh? So I'll just leave you with my closing catchphrase, which is, hope you're well, staying safe, and of course that you keep listening.